Again, the breaking news we've been following tonight. Live picture coming to you from Richardson right now. HD chopper right overhead. A Richardson police officer shot. A suspect now barricaded inside apparently an apartment. This is at the Breckenridge Point Apartments right at Renner and North Star right now. A civilian's also been wounded in all of this. The civilian, we believe, still on the location. But our Jason Whiteley's been following this through the very beginning. He joins us now with much more. Jason?
John, within the last few moments here, we can tell the helicopters above us. One's a DPS helicopter asked to come out here by Richardson Police Department. It's moved a little farther back, which could be a sign that, they are talking, the officers are talking to the individual that's barricaded inside that apartment. So the good news is, they're hoping the good news is those talks are underway. Those talks might be getting close to a surrender as well. This all started about 7 o'clock tonight here at the Breckenridge Point Apartments in the north part of Richardson. It was a disturbance call. Someone calls 911. Richardson police show up out here on the scene. A police officer was shot. We're uncertain where the officer was shot or the officer's condition. That officer was taken to Medical City, Plano. Uncertain exactly whether the officer was even conscious when the officer left this scene. After the officer was taken away from here, we also understand a civilian was shot as well. So 2 people shot, John, as you mentioned.
Apparently, we lost Jason's picture right now. The Richardson Police Department has, I believe, about 165 sworn officers, if I remember correctly. Jimmy Spivey is the police chief in Richardson, if I remember. About 98 civilians right now. Jason Whiteley, again, still on the scene. We lost you for just a second. You get some more information for us.
Yeah, John, we were talking about that, the helicopter kind of pushing back a little ways as well, too. But as you mentioned, this is a small, close, tight-knit department. The Richardson Police Department has, a great relationship with the media as well. Sergeant Kevin Perlick came out here about 45 minutes ago to give us what he knows so far on what happened here. He said it was a disturbance call, 7 o'clock when the shooting happened. Officers showed up. An officer got shot, uncertain of that officer's condition. A civilian was shot as well. More reinforcements showed up. They took the officer to the hospital, to Medical City, Plano. And for the last, 2.5, 3 hours here, John, we've had heavily armed Richardson police officers. We've had Texas State Troopers. We even had, I saw a car from Murphy Police Department drive over here as well, offering support to Richardson PD, seeing if they need help out here on this scene. At this hour, here we are, a few minutes after 10:15 or so, they are still trying to get this suspect to come out of a barricaded apartment inside the Breckenridge Point apartment complex. That's what's going on as we speak. Just before we came on, I watched a number of other officers walk back here to kind of offer some reinforcements as well to those who are positioned back there by one of the buildings where they are currently negotiating with this individual. So tonight they are certainly hoping this comes to a peaceful end, despite the shootings that happened here that sent 1 police officer to the hospital and injured a civilian as well. John, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason. Of course, that's one location we've been following tonight. The other, of course, is the Medical Center of Plano. This is a live picture from HD chopper right now. It gives you some idea of what's going on there. That police officer who was shot is right now being treated at that location. We do not know the extent of injuries to the officer right now. We have no indication that the second person who's been shot apparently has been a civilian. That civilian, we are not sure, but we do not believe the civilian has been taken from that location. A number of officers from several different departments are now showing up at this location. No, it's not easy for you hearing that an officer shot, and we can't give you much more information than that, other than the fact that this officer apparently is being worked on right now. This is a level 1 a trauma center right now. I believe the only level 1 trauma center in Collin County. So if there is a place where he can get the necessary treatment that he really does need, this is the proper location for him right now.